This is my 100th video, woohoo, where I'm going to continue rhythm and motion, this time talking about the wake patterns behind boats. And I'll start with the small ripples in front of and behind a duck, all the way to the complex patterns we see behind fast-moving boats. And it's all in my book, Ellen's Guide to Rhythm and Motion, which is $5. Let's start with the Christmas tree wake pattern, which is much easier than it looks like here, so don't worry. You start with a boat or a duck that's moving fairly rapidly, and this is the V that you get behind them. And this angle is actually always or almost always 39 degrees. So the water is actually moving away from the boat, so there has to be water that fills in the back, and those end up forming these transverse waves that are nearly perpendicular to the line of motion. And this whole pattern is from water being pushed away from the boat and then circling back to the boat. So you have multiple circular motions like this. This shows the three stages I'd like to talk about: the small ripples, the Kelvin waves, and the Christmas tree pattern. And don't worry about the names. And it's all due to the fact that the duck is slow initially and then moves faster here and then much faster over here. So in the first one, surface tension is important. It acts like a skin on top of the water that resists being stretched. So when the duck pushes against that skin, it forms very small ripples, and these tiny ripples actually can travel faster than the duck, so they zip out in front of the duck, and you end up getting these concentric circles both in front of and behind the duck. Now, as the duck moves faster, it begins to outrun its own ripples, just like a supersonic jet breaking the sound barrier. The waves can no longer propagate forward, so they get sort of concentrated here, and they are left behind. And you can start seeing these circular waves stretching out, almost beginning to form these V patterns. This duck is going fast enough so that we can see the V pattern and also the transverse waves that follow the duck. You can actually estimate how fast a duck is going by determining whether there are waves in front or whether it's more of a V pattern. Now, you may have wondered why ducklings swim behind mom here and over here. And it's because they're sitting in the trough of the wave created by the mother duck. And they're actually riding these waves. They slide down the crest into the trough, so they don't have to fight wave drag or the resistance by the water. So the sweet spot is being one wavelength behind mom. And the duckling can reduce his own swimming effort by about 60% by doing this. This is another view of the V waves caused by the duck, and then these transverse waves that follow the duck. When the boat goes really fast, then we get a second, this is the first V wave, we get a second V wave, and we get a line of motion now that's visible. And once it creates this first V wave, water rushes in to fill the void, and then the back of the boat creates the second V wave. And the line of motion is from the transverse waves filling in the gap and also by the churning of water from the boat's propeller. What are cusps? They're these bright foamy points along the edge of the V, where the V meets the transverse waves. And it causes foam because, unlike a duck, the boat is moving fast enough to cause turbulence, so it traps air in the water, creating bubbles. So check out my book on Amazon, and please remember to subscribe.